Well, boss, we're really hoping that we could have Eli explain this to you directly, but after a certain amount of time, I mean, there are certain child labor laws, that sort of thing, and the delays in this game's production and script writing, we just eventually had to call game over on this contract.
No. Hey folks, I'm CCG.
I'm Bobo the Vulture.
And yeah, we're finding this game consists 90% of listening to Ocelot, Code Talker, and...
Speaking of listening to them.
Oh, that's really a good point. But yeah, I'm Mr. CCG's Bobo the Vulture, and so let's play Metal Gear Solid 5. Eli starting us.
Boss, we
But
found
not
weapons
directly.
in the children's section of the living quarters. As you know, weapons are strictly off limits. We've got some rule breakers. The weapons we found were handmade. Blades ground out of knives and forks, a couple of bow guns built out of scrap, and explosives made using detergents. And get this, the explosives were tightly packed with nails. The kids put the blame on, you guessed it, Eli. I guess that's what he meant by consequences.
I questioned him about it, but this time he claimed they want to be put out on missions. Send us to the battlefield, he says.
Miller, enough is enough. You protected him too much already. It's my turn to question him.
Protected?
What Eli's doing is issuing a threat. Comply with my demands or I'll respond with force. But it'll be war at this rate. Forks and soap aren't going to kill us, but some of them will end up dead. Is that what you want? Now, I hate to say it, but they want to be on the battlefield. It's time you gave up this fantasy.
Eli, he said they'd rise subject on board. Leave the rest to us.
You see? Ignore his demands. Don't let him return to quarters. That attitude is contagious. We'd lose control over them for good.
For the time being, we've confiscated those handmade weapons. We're bumping up security and the number of psychiatric counselors. As for Eli,
he needs some very special care.
You mean solitary?
Well, we can't leave him in contact with the other kids. If you won't do it, I will.
I will kill him. I mean, put him in solitary.
So all those tapes about Eli, and Eli doesn't actually talk in any of them. It's like they know we want to hear from Liquid Snake.
We finished decoding the informant
trying to
report.
detect me, find me.
That floating kid we've run into a few times now. Looks like he was a test subject in clinical experiments.
You were doing a little Riku hand
Soviets called him
yeah, he's making
the third boy.
scary.
The third boy was brought to a lab on the outskirts of Moscow from Czechoslovakia, after which he was due to be sent to a research center in Leningrad, then Siberia, and finally an academic town in Novosibirsk. It doesn't appear that the researchers witnessed the talents we've seen from him, but nevertheless he was quite the popular subject. His latent cognitive abilities suddenly awoke en route to Moscow. According to the report, the third boy was easily influenced by other individuals' biofields. Evil thoughts, in particular. They affected his mind like a virus. Extreme anger or resentment, motives for revenge, in other words.
Warfare.
But during the transport flight to Moscow, the boy was exposed to a powerful mental energy field coming from a certain individual. Ever since, being conscious of his powers, he's become a sort of energy generator.
Subject
That
on
must be
board.
handy for the
Leave the rest to
Soviets.
us.
They're having trouble with their nuclear power.
Taken over by another
Well, not
person's will. The boy began to physically parasitize individuals experiencing extreme anger and codify the host's desires. This includes amplifying the host's natural...
Look, he was an interesting boss back in, like, the late 90s Metal Gear Solid game. Can we just stop?
Making them a puppet.
Oh, fuck.
Human neural synapses transmit weak electrical currents between neurons. These electrical currents, though at a level difficult to observe, warp the magnetic field outside the body.
Apparently, yeah, he's
boy is able to
out in the
pick
open.
up these weak fluctuations.
Oh, he was? Shit. Oh,
Contrary to psychotronics, which involves controlling the human mind, his abilities as a receptor are too high. The emotions he picks up from another individual are amplified and unleashed into his body as they recur in his brain.
He's coming
He sounds a way to take over this palace.
Which can affect the physical world. triggering paranormal phenomena like the spontaneous combustion of organic matter or psychokinesis, or moving an object without touching. There's one other thing. While he's parasitizing a host, the boy's ego gets shut away, allowing the will of the host
You gonna extract him?
of his powers. Like some annoying static drowning out your own voice. That means he isn't responsible for what's been
Communication
happening.
equipment is over there. I was
Someone
gonna take
with
it out real
extreme
quick, but
anger has manifested through the third boy's powers in ways none of us could have predicted. Which would mean this was going on somewhere around us. Looking back on it, a lot of things make sense now. The man on fire, Sahelanthropus.
oh, it makes perfect sense.
They
All
both
of it.
came to life thanks to the third boy's powers. Everything has been happening through him as a catalyst. We first saw him in the
They've got
hospital on
helmets on,
Cyprus.
she can't help.
The boy parasitizing the man on fire's desire for revenge gave him his new abilities in return. He next appeared at the Hamid Fighters Fort where the honeybee was hidden. There, the boy parasitized Skullface's vengeful mind. He controlled Sahelanthropus, making it do whatever Skullface wanted. Same goes
Damn
for
it.
when we...
Anyway, we'll have to pick this up later.
Snake, talk to me!
You want to take it, or
Okay. Or do you want to, you can try and finish it.
well, I mean, I just hit the button, but either way, you can pick it up. But just get the cassette going again.
Okay. Oh, these don't count as having been listened to now?
Boss, we found weapons in the children's section of the... We finished decoding the informant's report. That floating kid we've run into a few times now. Looks like he was a test subject in clinical experiments. The Soviets
Oh, wait a
called
second.
him
How do I?
the third boy. The third boy was brought to a lab on the outskirts, after which he... It doesn't appear, according to the... Telepathic abilities get taken. The boy begins with the host desire, making them observe, warp the magnetic... The third boy... The emotions he picks up from another individual, they turn into the physical world, triggering
Microwaves.
While he's parasitizing a host,
Alright, that's
the
about where it
boy's
was.
ego gets shut away, allowing the will of the host to take control of his powers. Like some annoying
just
static
gassed the place, I
drowning out
guess.
your own voice. That means he isn't responsible for what's been happening.
According to the intel team, the escaped kids should be around here.
Third boy's
Locate and secure them.
none of us could have predicted. Which would mean this was going on somewhere around us. Looking back on it, a lot of things make sense now. The man on fire, Sahelanthropus, they both came to life thanks to the third boy's powers. Everything has been happening through him as a catalyst. We first saw him in the hospital on Cyprus. The boy parasitizing the man on fire's desire for revenge gave him his new abilities in return. He next appeared at the Hamid
If you're gonna be able to spot him, it's gonna be to the left.
There,
He
the
was
boy
walking
parasitized Skullface's vengeful mind.
over that way, although
He
it doesn't look like he's gonna pop that way.
Sahelanthropus, making it do whatever
There it is.
Skullface wanted. Same goes for when we extracted Emmerich onto the chopper. When he appeared at the Devil's House in Central Africa, Skullface's will controlled the man on fire via the third boy's powers. Everything is clear up to this point. But even the informant couldn't pinpoint who the host was in the cave within Surat power plant. Sahelanthropus suddenly became active, then crushed not only the man on fire, but Skullface as well. Surely neither of them could have been the host. Who else was at that location and bore anger more extreme than either of them? Whose will was controlling Sahelanthropus? According to the report, emotions transmitted in children's brains affect the surrounding magnetic field more strongly.
Of course.
Cerebral nerves are covered
And
with
you have to,
insulation called
and you
myelin
lose
sheath
contact
to
with the master
increase
vampire
intensity.
after the slave vampires have been dead for 8 hours.
Has to do
So I
with
learned
the
from
fact
John
that
Carpenter's
children's myelin
vampires.
sheaths are still developing. So, how many children do you remember being there? Children with a burning desire for revenge and bearing a grudge against you. I can think of only one. Eli.
I can think of several.
We don't know what kind of life he's had, but the resentment he's shown toward adults is nothing short of extraordinary.
Guy who really
The
doesn't
third
like
boy
grown-ups.
resonated with Eli's mind.
Now, come on.
That means Eli bore the strongest animosity of all individuals within the boy's reception range, estimated to be a 3-mile radius, beating out even Volgan and Skullface. The third boy has probably remained hooked on Eli's anger since. You remember at the Devil's House, the third boy showed an interest in Shabani? That must have been his ego making a rare appearance. He may possess abilities far beyond anyone else in the world, but he's still a kid. Maybe them both being kids was enough to bring them together. And if so, maybe Eli's been feeding on them.
He's coming too. Roger that.
So what I'm saying is, all the magical nanomachine bullshit in this game, we've now got 3 explanations. We got metallic archaea, vocal cord parasites, and Psychic Boy. We can do any crazy-ass shit we want in our game and pretend it's scientifically valid.
125 miles east of Kiev. Dead south on the Black Sea is Cyprus's Green Line. So the plane's position was directly north of the hospital where you'd been asleep for 9 years. And this anomaly was reported at exactly the same time that you woke up. The plane was enveloped in flame from the inside out. The fuselage burnt to ashes. There were no survivors, at least not publicly admitted. Your thoughts formed a synchronicity with the boy's psyche and were amplified inside his brain.
Is that why there was a flaming whale?
Enough to trigger his abilities. Your
Distraction.
rage was like a big bang.
Subject on board.
I don't know why I'm being I'm the one who went through the whole thing and it
The boy
failed.
was
But
then secretly moved to the lab outside in Moscow where Volgan was comatose.
you might want to put C4 on that thing just so that you can trigger it when the time comes.
He's coming too. Roger that.
He became the man on fire, hell-bent on getting revenge on you. His instincts led him straight to you. Skullface knew Volgan from Operation Snake Eater, or perhaps from even before. Monitoring this pair of extraordinaries, he discovered the hospital and sent his assassin and XOF. Skullface was probably watching the situation from close by. Then, realizing how useful these 2 test subjects could be, he approached
somebody
them.
who woke up upstairs?
Reacting to Skullface's thirst for revenge, this time the boy let Skullface's will. Volgan, at times driven by personal revenge, at times through Skullface's
whatever happens to work for the plot.
Though his body was little more than dead meat. Perhaps there were moments where even your thoughts affected him as well.
Although you don't
But
think
without
that
the boy's
hard.
power, it was like the plug had been pulled from the socket. Everything was powered by anger, malice, revenge. This is how the end of the report sums things up. Both the third boy and the man on fire were originally test subjects of paranormal research for military applications. Like controlling the leader of an enemy nation and making him launch a nuke. Or stopping the heart of someone on the wrong side of the Berlin Wall. Experimenting with latent human abilities. They were used as tools of the Cold War. The boy's only
Nidia
crime
was a
being born
tool
from
of
the
Jamie Tool.
But he was sacrificed on the altar of war. His life reduced to slavery.
You gotta extract him.
Turned into a living weapon with no will of his own. Eventually, the only emotion he could feel must have been the desire to get revenge for the hand he'd been dealt. Boss, it's you that awakened the boy's powers. But there's more to it than that. I guess the anger emanating from you was something he could truly relate to.
But I'm a pretty calm guy.
Hands up.
I'm gonna set down my gun and then attack you. So you're probably not getting away if you want to. I know there's a lot going on, but
He's coming too. Roger that.
How do I get over that guy?
You gotta extract him.
Of course, if it just be in open air, that would be too easy. Be Didn't take to the air. Open air.
Get your air on.
See you in open air, yes? Love high fellow racism.
High fellow racism. It's more like the high fellow. It's like, oh, stupid air breathers.
He's coming too. Roger that.
Alright, time for hamburgers.
I have spoken enough.
You no kidding.
Time
Your
for
men can
eating.
take it from here. Will you permit me to rest? Have something to eat?
I thought you don't eat.
I can subsist without food. But there is more to the act of eating than nourishment. We receive nature's blessings and reaffirm our part in it.
Yeah, whatever.
And in doing so, we express our gratitude.
Yeah, hamburgers. That's part of nature.
Sorry, it's hearing you say you don't need to eat and that you're part of nature in the same breath. Anyway.
Yes, you're right.
We're
I
gonna
am a
get you.
freak.
Not exactly a five-star restaurant.
You gotta extract him.
It's used to serving a lot of different appetites.
Hamburgers.
Hamburgers?
Even we Dinne have become Americanized. I eat them often
I've
back
been
home.
Americanized just like Hakushi.
And you just can't let them go. Well, as far as symbols of the American Empire go, hamburgers are pretty good. The victory of capitalism. Your people suffered so much at the hands of America. And you asked for hamburgers.
We have suffered more than you can know.
But hamburgers are
But I
good.
do not see hamburgers as an accomplice. A single dish, providing a balanced helping of nature's blessings. Meat, grain, and vegetable. How could anyone hate such a magnificent thing?
Says the guy who can survive on photosynthesis.
Hey, shut up.
Balance
Give me
has nothing to
fucking
do with it.
hamburger.
You just like a good burger.
That is also true. Be warned, though. I have very high standards.
I don't see what the
Don't
big
worry.
deal is about Five Guys, for example.
All right, then. One good
So,
old-fashioned all-American icon coming
Look
up.
up. You'll eventually find the kid.
Roger
No, I'm
that.
sure he's at the top of
Yeah,
something.
he's in, like, it's a climbing puzzle, essentially, to get him. Alright, more hamburgers, babes. The hamburger action, let's continue.
I hope you bought a better hamburger this time, Kazuhira.
Right.
Well, the last one was lacking in every way.
Fuck your
The
shit,
patty was too
hamburger.
thin, the bun too dry, and the lettuce days old at best.
Hey, that was 100% all-beef patty, and no shortening in the bun either.
Isn't shortening good?
Nature's blessings, unadulterated, in hamburger form.
In pog
Is
form.
that it? But when taste falls short, so does our gratitude to nature.
What I'm saying is you
Making
fucked
such
up, man.
precious blessings unpalatable.
Your hamburger tastes like
is
ass.
sacrilege.
I don't think you got him.
I hate to admit it, but I think you're right.
I'm not sure
I
you
should have
might
known
have.
better than to settle for second best. That's why I had him run some more R&D, develop a new burger. In fact, one of our researchers just dropped by with the latest results. Here it is. See how you like this?
Kicks him in the nuts.
We shall see.
I don't think you've
indeed.
actually hit him yet.
In my case, I'll just have to do this the old
I thank you for this bounty, Mother Earth.
So, what's
Spit
the
it out.
verdict?
That hamburger is disgusting.
Not bad,
And
but it does not hold a candle to what I ate back home.
everyone's
Navajo
a critic.
burgers are so much better than your burgers.
Damn it. I was sure the Kobe beef.
Kobe beef.
Maybe we didn't have enough. If we had any more, we're cutting into our profits.
Profits?
We'll be taking a loss on
You
everything.
gotta extract him. What are you talking about?
Huh? Oh, anyway, I'll be back with another round of product. I will be waiting.
And all the old
Did you
familiar
say
places.
product?
One last hamburger tape to go.
I understand.
There may come a point where there's nothing left for Code Talker to say.
Feeling hungry, old timer? Old timer. I do not get hungry. No. But you have a new hamburger? You guessed it. And this time we used lamb.
A lamb.
Lamb. You're not a lamb kind of guy? A hamburger is made of beef. Whoever heard of a hamburger without beef? Yeah, but we gotta stay fresh. Stand out from our competition. You're what? Just give it a try. If you say so. Not bad. But I cannot call this a hamburger. I thought we were onto something this time.
You're gonna have an easier time if you go back to that section with the spiral stairs going up all the way to the top level, and then make your way across the roof towards the other end of the base.
This thing?
No, well, it's not spiral. It's the stairs you actually use to get to the top level. They're closer to the side with the
Yeah, they're close to the
communications thing that you've still got C4 geared to.
Yeah, it's really easy with your body, Kotar.
A one-man focus group?
A one-man band.
Actually, already started. I got a place called Miller's Maxi Buns.
You are kidding me.
Well, to be honest, business hasn't been great. No one seems to like my buns.
The Ocelot said Diamond Dog's budget did not add up. But
The Ocelot? What are you,
don't mean
Starfire?
to tell me.
What? No. Our black budget's got it all covered. I'm not embezzling GMP or anything. Still, let's not say anything to Snake, okay?
Very well.
I am recording our conversation and will play it for you.
Kazuhira. It takes more than premium
You can get up one level higher than this on the stairs, I think.
recipe to satisfy the palate.
Okay.
No?
So what do
Well, I
we
mean,
do?
not that stairs. There may
The
be
palate
stairs over here.
seeks one thing:
What else do?
chemical additives.
Chemical additives.
There is nothing mysterious or spiritual about good flavor. The tongue simply identifies specific amino acids, which the brain then recognizes as appealing. Therefore,
Of course, there's a risk that a soldier really far away will notice you crawling around on the roof.
isolate those
Okay, it's
amino
you can
acids
probably see them from
and
here.
incorporate them
Point
into
up.
your products. To be clear, I speak of flavor. The
I
rest
think it's like, oh,
is irrelevant.
That seems a little
yeah, I thought it was gonna be
extreme.
up there, but I guess not.
Do not forget that I am a scientist after all, and using science for the benefit of others.
Well, check the map
is a joy.
and the
In seeking
try to get it in
coexistence
like dead
with
center of this thing.
nature's
It's kind of already
blessings.
there. All right, well
Not
he's up here
everything
somewhere.
can remain in its natural form. When we fall ill, we must be treated. Otherwise, that very nature could cost us our lives. Agriculture is one of nature's many blessings.
Or use the biodetector.
But through that process,
Would I alert
we
people?
damage the
maybe.
surrounding vegetation.
I guess you got people who are getting
Whether it's
pretty
a
close to
massive
the base
farm or
now.
a tiny field, we always leave our mark on the land.
The same is true of parasites. And for food preparation.
Well, I don't know if you can get up
If
another level higher or
tapeworms in the
not.
raw meat of another
I guess you
animal
can,
enter
maybe.
the human body, they roam around trying to find their usual habitat. Sometimes even eating away
Oh,
at
there's
the
the
brain
kid.
in their confusion.
These
A whole lot of trouble they put us through.
All right, well,
But how do I get over there?
Like that. Processing food.
you can get down
It is
from
also
here.
sometimes necessary to eliminate certain parasites or selectively use
Yeah,
or
you got it.
even modify others. Alternatively, we could
Oh, that's the Domon-Kashu theory, yeah.
Is the balance. Yeah, you're right. Thanks, old-timer. You really opened my eyes.
Don't.
I fooled
not
myself into thinking
trying
people
to.
today wanted high-quality, all-natural goods. But my favorite burgers were never about that. What they want is something like the first burger I had in America when I went to meet my dad. A Frankenburger loaded with additives. That's the America I knew and loved. I'll be back in a jiffy, old-timer. My next burger's gonna knock your socks off. Kazuhira, wait. What is important is how we balance the... quick for a one-legged man. Frankenburger. What kind of a dive did your old man take you to? Was your old man truly an old-timer like me? Who's your daddy? Is he rich like me?
So, kid, you got taken prisoner by Russians who stuck you on the roof? Is that what happened? Did you just go up there by yourself and hang out? Or... This is kind of akin to having to capture Zdarnov or whatever his name is like 800 times. You just go hide in weird rando locations.
Stay.
What is the point of running off with the kid?
I'm not gonna try and extract him while
A child has died.
Yeah. Okay. I didn't expect that to happen, but...
Oh, I couldn't extract him in the sandstorm. I just wanted to get away from the base so that I wouldn't be spotted.
Boss, you killed a child. I'm aborting this mission.
And you... Alright. So this kid has been quite a bit of trouble. Next time, we'll try again. I'm really hoping that we spawn with the kid. No, there's no way that's going to happen. Alright. Next time, folks, we are going to be more cognizant than previously of landmines. I'm Serious GG.
I'm Bobo the Vulture.
Thank you guys very much for watching, and enjoy a Frankenburger on us.
There you go.